You have just lost a 100 million or even more business opportunity. Hello Riship, hope you're doing well today. In today's video I want to share with you how to market yourself even you have no special idea, no special education in economics. So let's jump in. What is actually marketing is from an economical point of view. From an economical point of view, marketing is when you start with a product, with the idea of the product, and end when the product goes out of the market. It means it goes from the beginning to the end. But all the things in between is marketing. So, what is actually marketing is? And what's the concept of marketing? It's one of the things, of the most trivial things which are said in school we don't have to do. It is copying your own neighbor. Yes, copying your own neighbor. And what is actually copying your own neighbor looks like? Well, back in the school, when you are having a test and you're copying your neighbor and the same test, what comes out is you got an F remark, the worst remark you have, and therefore we have a trauma from the school days to not copying others. However, in marketing, if you look on all these big companies, look at Apple, look at Steve Jobs, who was one of the biggest marketers. What does he do? Does he invented the computers? No. What does he does is just watching the same product as the Microsoft or the Microsoft and adding a small tweak. And this small tweak made him millions, and now actually also a trillions. Okay? He is not here, but now it's trillions. Okay? So he hasn't invented the computer. Another thing, bulletproof coffee. If you know bulletproof coffee, it's just a coffee with butter inside it. And someone has just the invention of the existing thing, added something towards it, and then you got it. Okay? So when you have really no clue how to market yourself and how to watch it, once you have figured out your niche, and how you figure out your niche, I will put it actually on a separate video. So if you have figured out your niche, then you can go for, and then you can see, okay, what are my top 5 competitors, and how you figure out your top 5 competitors? Well, one time for free a day, you can go on BuzzSumo, B-U-Z-Z Sumo, SUMO.com, and you can actually watch exactly when you go under when you just type in your niche. Like for myself it's procrastination, and when you type in this niche and go under influence, there's like a card influence, and then you can see all the influencers, you can see all the websites, more, you can see all the stuff which the people are doing. You can see actually how many revenue they have on different platforms, and not just BuzzSumo but other platforms. If you have actually BuzzSumo, really, if you pay for BuzzSumo, you can see what revenue they have. You can see from which sites you get traffic. But you can actually, the traffic stuff, you can actually see it also from the one-day search. You can see the traffic. You can see everything, really. You can see from where they got the money, from ads, from which kind of stuff they get, and you can see also the website, what kind of colors they use, because colors is really important to actually establish your own brand. And it's really important, because if you can recognize, if you can resonate with the brand, you have to be resonated with the brand, okay, if you want to sell something. Another thing I want to ask you, this is actually where you can copy from. Another thing is where I want to ask you, if someone is calling you and say, hey, we have some freaking vacuum cleaners to actually to sell you, do you just say, no, I have no intention to buy it, and just cut the call? When you do it, you have just lost a 100 million or even more business opportunity. You have just costs a 100 million or even more business opportunity. Why? Ask me why. You can actually engage them below, but okay, you don't have to ask me why. But actually, why you have lost it? Because you can actually copy this stuff. This company has already paid hundreds of thousands for a freaking copywriter.
You can actually copy this stuff. This company has already paid hundreds of thousands for a freaking copywriter.
To establish the script. And when you copy it, you have it for free. This is amazing, it's mind-blowing, you have it for free. The same thing is when you got someone triggers you by a Facebook ad or Instagram ad. Don't skip it, watch it, go to the webinar and see these patterns, these language patterns, all this stuff. Also, what kind of templates do they use? What kind of pictures do they use? You can learn from it. And the beautiful thing on online marketing, you don't have to be really a competitor. You don't have to beat up your competitor. You can collaborate. If you have a podcast, if the collaborator have a podcast, but you have a decent audience, what you can do is just go and say, hey, I have this audience, I'm doing this and this, I can provide you value. Can I go on your podcast, or you have such a big audience? Can you go on my podcast? And then you can share. When you go on Basum, you can follow those people who are actually doing this stuff, who are sharing the content. You can follow the people and reply to these people. As Gary Vaynerchuk says, the worst thing you can do is not reply to the people. Because when you reply to these people, what eventually happens is that you are serving them. And according to this book, you can ask even deeper questions using ClickFunnels or using other funnels or using online marketing, everything. You can ask questions, and when you ask questions, pick up this book if you want to ask really decent questions. If you want to ask really decent questions, then you get your answers, and from the answers you have the answers what product you wanna offer. And from the answers, you have the answers what product you wanna offer. Because the people are keen about it. And when the people are interacting with the stuff, you're spending time. And time is the most valuable thing you have in your life. Okay? Therefore, they're spending time. They're spending some minutes of the time. And when you don't reply, you just ignore them. You just go away from the opportunity you just got. And the problem is not to actually not to replying, but to going away from opportunity and being blind. This is the most big problem, to being blind to all the opportunities. If you go like on a station somewhere and see a big banner or something, a big advertisement, it triggers your attention. Take out your journal or your mobile phone. Make a screenshot of it.
Out your journal or your mobile phone. Make a screenshot of it.
And analyze the patterns, the language patterns, and also the pictures. What has triggered you. This is actually education, and you can copy it. Okay, I don't say you have to copy it 100%, but you copy it like 90%, okay? You can put you can take the same language patterns, however you just adjust it to your own niche, and voila, you have your things. Actually also for Facebook, for your thumbnails, you have it for your for everything, really for everything, because they have paid tons of money to figure the thing out, and you have it for free. Another thing what you can do, what I was just asked on the stream, one person, he said what kind of books I have read so far also for marketing influence. If you have influence, you got the psychology done. What is also marketing psychology is. If you're just a beginner and want to just go into the online marketing, in the passive income stuff, Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's the OG when you don't have it done, I recommend you really, because there you get just the concept down, what are assets and what are liabilities. Another thing is, if you want to establish your own brand, this book is just mind-blowing. If you have this book, you can actually go for the branding stuff, and all the big companies are doing this branding stuff according to this structure. They have their own structure, okay, but they are actually telling stories.
Prepare to fight.
Every time you're going outside and seeing the commercial, don't run away. Take notes, okay? So, and if you want to have even more help, if you want to have someone who's actually showing what you have to read, what you have to do, and which way you have to go, I had myself a coach in the past, and currently I also do offering discovery coaching sessions for free. You have heard it right, for free. I chunked the link down below. This is your opportunity to actually go the next step. I mean, you can do it for free, what I just shared right now. However, if you want to go even deeper and even more efficient, then I will recommend you to take the opportunity, not for granted. So yeah, Reshaper, I hope you have an awesome day, and also write down below what is the number thing you have picked up so far. I do upload every single day, so make sure to also hit the notification button, subscribe button. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up. And as always, Reshaper, do not lie to yourself and pursue your passion.